Usually they meet in best of 5s and best of 7s. So.
Yes, yes. After, like you mentioned, a long 3-day weekend or 3-day tournament. So here we go. We are live with game number 1. It's taking place on Blood Covenant. We got expect some speed, some mobility. I'm also really curious to see how the inject is going to play into RAISY's strategy here. We know obviously what rapha is going to do, try to dominate positioning and zoning, holding and trying to keep this rail outside of the hands of his opponent. It's not going to take much though. Great machine gun damage, getting up to 96. Unfortunately misses that rail. We do see RAISY land one of his own, and now heading on over. Oh, what? Just caught, almost standing still right there. Does not grab the mega, is not going to be able to get the heavy either, but he tried to go for it. I actually like that decision. Unfortunately, just didn't hit the shot.
Yeah, cagey start. RAISY actually balling his way through to pick up that rail. No fear whatsoever. rapha not connecting with as much as he would have wanted to, but there was some really strong chip damage coming out from RAISY to start with. Good efficiency.
Yep.
They're both like fast champions. It's going to be difficult to connect with multiple rails. It's all about the efficiency of damage and keeping your stack manageable. We can see that here. rapha's playing cagey because of how low he is. So good job by RAISY. He's in the ascendancy here, and he's got 10 seconds to the next inject. And they're just going to be happy to trade major items at this point.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see sort of the exchange of these items that we're getting right here. Some good rail shots coming out from RAISY yet again. Fight on the bridge is not going to net much at all. And still very, very early, but both players kind of being on their side. Big shot. And we're going to have the rocket follow-up. Tries to grapple. Unfortunately, gets hit in the wall. Now trying to get out of there. Just 5 points of health going through that pool. And RAISY still able to machine gun his opponent down. rapha now in the deficit. RAISY in the lead 1-0. And that was solid. I think RAISY saw blood and he went for it.
Yeah, that's the power of the Anarchy, the inject coming out there, giving RAISY the buffer he needs. rapha's going to go pushing in here, but he's low himself, and RAISY's actually got all the weaponry he needs to defend this. Actually hit himself there, so he's in a bit of trouble. And rapha's going to keep spamming it out, knows that his opponent's really weak, and RAISY does respect that and backs off. But with the inject up, with the mega in hand, he's actually in a perfect position. rapha's gone aggressive to try and pressure this mega, in fact. He should have a rail, which he does, but he misses. If he misses his other one, RAISY's going to go up this jump pad, decides against it, and plays safer. Has the lead and doesn't need to throw it away at this point. rapha's trying to keep the pressure on from above, but just not connecting with the damage he desperately needs. And I thought RAISY could have now pressured that mega, but instead he'll reposition.
Yeah, RAISY with the one frag. It's unfortunate that rapha kind of missed that grapple in the lower levels, but that kind of resulted in the frag. So here we are 3 minutes in, only one frag on the board. Both players playing very patiently. RAISY, I feel like, dominating sort of the control game a little bit more. I like that he's using this chip damage. Rocket jump up to the top. Huge LG into a rail. The inject comes out, and he's even going to get a bubble going across the side. It might allow him to get that mega. He's going to go up the jump pad. My God! Oh, my, no way! He picks up the 25, gets hit for 25 on the rocket, and then the follow-up there. rapha now on the board. What a sick exchange.
rapha just knows his limits. He knew exactly how much damage he could take and get in and get out. Both of those occasions, picks up the heavy, goes straight onto the bridge where his opponent is. Knows he's got the grapples to get away. Shitload of damage and still goes for that mega. This time maybe he's gone a step too far as RAISY does connect. But rapha, the story of this game so far is rapha with strategically seems to be above RAISY, but mechanically he's not executing.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I think that RAISY's injects have been kind of perfect for him in the situations that he's been put into. Now RAISY's still going to go ahead and grab that heavy, huge LG damage from rapha on the top, and he's going to fall down and pick up the frag with no problem. That's going to tie things back up just as mega spawns. RAISY's going to grab that, but rapha is going to find him, not go too far into it. I think that he's in a good position right now. He knows where his opponent is. He knows what weapons he's got access to. Big rocket coming out as well. The lower columns, both players pretty even, but this might be the first time rapha's gonna. No, it's not. He's got a couple heavies here, but we haven't seen him on that side of the map too much. Another great rail coming out, and RAISY's in trouble again.
Yeah, no inject. He is in a bit of trouble here. Obviously, playing the Anarchy, he's very, very fast. Rapha, though, doesn't want to burn too many of those grapples. They are precious, so instead does decide just to use his time to take map control, patrol the upper ground, keep RAISY on the low ground. Inject's going to be up here, but it might just be up a little bit too late, and it is indeed. So Rapha takes the lead.
And he's going to get the heavy off of that one. He's going to have plenty of time to potentially go over and keep control of the Mega. We can see that that's exactly where RAISY is at. Rapha trying to get a read. He's playing Quake Minesweeper. Like, where is my opponent? Where isn't he? And now still with the one frag. There he's going to grab the Mega. And this is, I think, a huge tipping point for Rapha, right? Having control on both major items and having it in a way in which they are so separated that he is going to be in a good position to be able to fight for those and not necessarily put himself in any sort of risk or danger to try to go after those.
But this is what RAISY... This is just his playstyle. If he doesn't have control, he generally doesn't like to pressure them. Instead, he does this. He likes to set up traps, big traps to do lots of damage. He's got off the jump pad, in fact. Big shotgun to the face, but Rapha does pick up the Mega just in time.
Oh
my God.
It's absolutely delicious, that one was. That's going to be 3 frags up for Rapha, and suddenly with the grapple and having rail control, that's rough. I mean, who cares about your inject? I think like that's where we're even seeing Rapha kind of emphasize, if you will, rail protection, right? Keeping it out of RAISY's hand, because I think that's the one thing that RAISY absolutely needs. I mean, he's been doing a great job with the LG as well, but Rapha's going to take advantage of having a rail in his hands when RAISY does not.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. The fact that RAISY cannot get a rail is critical at this point, and it's not even like Rapha standing on the rail. It's the way he maneuvers around the map, pressuring his opponents away from it, and so that alone keeps RAISY at bay. There's nothing he can do. He machine gun, he can try and just spam it out, but when he's got no items to play with, he's kind of just really attacking him with a spoon at that point. You know, he's not doing anything.
Like the rotations he's making there, we finally see the rail coming up, but right as heavy is grabbed, and again, well, actually their heavy's grabbed, and that rail was a little scary. As you mentioned, like RAISY trying to set up some traps, he at least has the weapons that he's needed. So the last minute or so has not been super kind to him. Two huge rockets, a third one. He cannot follow with the rail. His opponent still trying to get him from down below. Rapha has plenty of grapple power here if he needs to get away quickly. He's also still ahead by 3. ZSX, it's looking pretty good for Rapha right now. And he could definitely kind of retreat back into that helmet, put Athena's goggles down, and just or just do that. Call it GG.
Yeah, it's tough. All the reads are there, and I was a bit fearful of Anarchy going up against Athena, and wasn't clear as to how he was gonna play against the Athena. But saying that, Rapha's just manhandled it when he had control. As you said, the split was so strong, RAISY couldn't get into it. Plus, he barely had a rail after he lost out on the first frag, and it's been hard. There's a couple of times where he got Rapha extremely low, just couldn't finish him off. He took some risks, and unfortunately didn't pay off.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but I think goes to show a really solid game plan on Rapha's part. Just keeping that away. Oh, RAISY's rocket jump. He tries it a second time. This time it actually works. 6-3, but a minute 10 on the clock is going to be a real tall order to get done. So unfortunately, RAISY's probably going to set his sights on the next match, but big rocket into the LG. If he could convert quickly on here, he is going to get the opportunity to maybe head over. I mean, there's no major item for about 15 seconds that Rapha could have his hands on. That could be one, but nice rail from RAISY. He's looking for it. He's going to try to make the dream happen here, Dan. As he now grabs his rail. Rocket jumps over to get some momentum. Oh, dude, he hit the wall. It's not like this, Dan.
That clipping, man, that could have cost him.
Not like this.
There's still time. There is still time. This is a map where you can convert, but it's looking
man.
less and less.
That wall, I'm sorry.
When
he hit the wall, it was over.
No.
Look at defensive rocket. LG, that wall. A new challenger has appeared. Oh.
Wall boss wins the game. But that was close to being a comeback. I think one of the big, I know it seems small, but one of the big turning points was when he had a similar control and decided to do a rapha and just rocket jump to bridge, which was a big question mark for me. I don't know what the game plan was there. But I said at the start, I felt Rapha was playing strategically smarter. There was some really smart angles he was pulling out. He was playing the item slightly better. He just wasn't hitting his shots. And then something happened. He got a couple of frags, and then it all began to fall into place. And there was no looking back for the American.
I mean, it's like you're running the 100-meter dash, and you're just like, I'm on track to possibly beat the record, and then you just like trip and fall. And it's over, and there's no way. That was devastating. That hurt my heart to watch a little bit there, CSX. Oh, man, that's rough. But Rapha played phenomenally, I think. When he had control, he kept that rail control, and the item separation was just too much for RAISY to handle. I don't even know what. The inject really helped out there in a couple of the early engagements, but yeah, I don't know what RAISY could have done differently, other than just that, the mistake that you mentioned about the rocket. That was kind of a free ice cream cone for Rapha. He was like, I'm going to buy a whole gallon now.
It's one of those situations where if you give Rapha and Athena, you've kind of almost removed fate from your hands a little bit. He's going to be the one that sets the terms and conditions of how that match goes. And there was very little it felt like RAISY could do at times. He was trying to hide, and Rapha was finding and cutting him off. It was really, really hard. That was a big turning point because that tipped the balance even further in Rapha's favor. He got a free round of pickups and controlled the rail from there, and there was 3 or 4 minutes of domination. So it does show you that one mistake can cost you most of a map.
Yep. I mean, so based off the way that game 1 went down, and based off of what we've got coming up next, which is Corrupted Keep, first off, I think this is going to be a pretty captivating game. Second off, I think that RAISY, with the kit that he's going to get here on Corrupted Keep, the fact that he's playing Ranger, I think he is absolutely in contention to be able to take this second map, right? I absolutely believe that is a thing. I'm curious more than anything about Rapha's selection of Death Knight, because as you mentioned, it's not a typical pick that we're seeing here on Corrupted Keep out of Rapha.
No, not at all. And I think the times I've seen Rapha struggle most is when he generally doesn't get the speed advantage. I think he plays around movement so well, and then obviously on Death Knight, pretty much parity on speed, but you can be more versatile on the range. So this will be definitely a lot more even. He won't have the same level of dominance throughout. So this RAISY's fate is in his own hands a lot more this map.
Well, here we go. Corrupted Keep. Death Knight on Rapha. RAISY with the Ranger. We're going to see how this one will play out. And then map 3 will be Awoken, a Nyx versus the Doom. But we could have a series win here with a win from Rapha, or we could split it and take it to game 3, which I like the sound of that as we continue week 9 here. Thanks to everyone for joining us yet again on another Quake Saturday. We're loading up into Corrupted Keep right now. And I think if there's one other thing that I'm keeping an eye on, Dan, it's that we've seen a few moments with Rapha on this map where he's like, that like full tilt aggression. You know what I'm talking about? We've seen it from actually quite a few players in the QPL. I've seen that a few times. So I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking, is it one of these, I'm really good on Veil with Scale Bearer moments where, 3 times he loses in a row, but he's still his best. Is it going to happen again? We'll have to find out.
What
apparently,
start.
Apparently he's pretty good.
What a start. And I love it. Goes back to grab the light and then grabs the heavy because A, he knows exactly where his opponent spawned, and B, he's in such a great position to do so. So he's got full map control right now. That opening LG assault was just nasty. He's got enough control to just rocket jump back up. He's going to steal away another light. And he's like, hey, Rapha. Or excuse me, hey, RAISY. Yeah. You know, there's something in the game called armor. You ever heard of it before?
RAISY just had to orb away after picking up a light. That's how much pressure he's under. But somehow he's done a huge job to get the stacks back to almost parity. So, you know, couldn't have got off to a worse start whatsoever. No items and giving away your frag. That's just kind of starting handicap mode. And yet he's brought it back to 1-1.
Nice. And RAISY's like, well, we saw RAISY's perspective there for a little bit, but it's going to go back to Rapha after that shotgun blast. I mean, I don't know if there was a whole lot he could do there, but a close game. I want to see this go at this pace the entire game. That would be great. I don't know if that's going to happen, but LG's on both sides. Orb does come out. RAISY's going to choose not to take the exit on the other side of that one. And Rapha's been holding on to pretty much the same stack throughout the game, outside where he... Ooh, big rocket, second big rocket. He did get the flames out, but it's not going to do much. The two directs get the job done, and RAISY ties it up 2 apiece.
RAISY's done a great job to keep composed. I probably would have quit the game after that first round.
Oh, dang.
Nice. And just before the Mega as well. So this is a real brawl now. He's not even low either. He'll pick up potentially even both lights. Rapha's in the vicinity. There's still 5 seconds before this next heavy, but Rapha's really got not a lot to work with. There is a shotgun. He hasn't got the blast either, so he's going to try and stick around and see it, and it doesn't work out for him.
Okay, I want to be wrong here, Dan, but like it might start happening right here. We might start be seeing super ultra aggressive mode coming out by Rapha. We could be seconds away from it.
Oh, what
and
timing.
He's gonna get it. Oh, he's still here. It comes, Dan. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, dude. Here it comes.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
Oh man, and every time it doesn't work, you just know it's going to happen again. But he's also in this period now because he's a Death Knight, where it's like, bro, you've used your fire. What are you going to do now for the next 40 seconds?
I don't know what it is. It's this map, dude. It is this map specifically. And then the reverse getting in from the back. Oh no, you hate to see it. 2-8. Now we've seen it happen, and then we've seen Rapha bring it back like 6 frags. But and then we've ended up saying like, oh, maybe if you wouldn't have given up a few there, but he pecked away. I don't know. I mean, look, Rapha's like unpredictable too. I feel like I've just seen that on this map a few times. So again, don't count him out. There's a lot of time still left, but I kind of felt that one coming.
Have not been good either. I don't think I've seen a single flame strike do anything at the moment, which has meant his champion pick has been literally useless for now. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but with the 8 frag difference already, and RAISY is showing 0 signs of slowing down. Rapha's trying to go toe to toe. He's trying to block these choke points. He might win himself a Mega, which he does this time. So that's what he needs to do. Kind of, that's one step in the right direction at least.
And RAISY's LG is just, I mean, is shooting a 41. He's done 1,200 damage. And actually, Rapha's got a nice little LG stat too. But there it is. Rapha's going to finally bring it back. All right, let's see. It definitely seemed like he brought it back. But can he convert frags, which is what he desperately needs to do. The machine gun coming out for Rapha. But a very patient RAISY. And he's exactly where he wants to be right now, Dan, right? He can set up traps all day. He knows he's got a lot of time to work with here. I don't think he's very scared of Flame and what Rapha might be able to do. I mean, you should still respect it. But RAISY's just in a great spot right now with half of a game to go.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a sticky situation there with no items to work with. Rapha's now got all 4 on lockdown, so let's not. A comeback is more than possible. Absolutely.
Dude, RAISY just.
Oh no, he stole it away. That's huge. That is huge. He might even win himself a heavy if he's got balls of steel, which I think he does by the looks of it. Oh, he does. He's actually gone for it. The madman. Oh, but rapha just picks it up in time.
Oh. Failed rocket jump there. He can hear his opponent around the corner. It's like he knows that RAISY's in sort of in a killing status, like able to be killed, but just not able to find the shot to bring it back. And RAISY playing a 5-head game here for sure. Still 4 minutes left to go, 7 frags. And you can imagine, right? Like maybe not giving up 3-4 frags, and suddenly, you know, this is a 2-3 point game, but there's still 7 frags. It's a big hill to climb.
Yeah, but he's wasting time as well. rapha's not been able to get a frag since he didn't get back into control. You know, it's been about two and a half minutes. There you go, with a big read into a shotgun and a conversion as well. There you go. There's a good flame strike. Wasted a fair bit of damage though.
He did, but I think that's exactly what he needed to be like, okay, I know what I need to do, but 10 frags, that's where it's great. Like, look at this. RAISY, he's back behind that doorway, like laughing. He's just snickering a little bit, like, that 10 frag lead's still a big lead.
But there's also a big split between the major items, which means rapha has still pretty much got all 4 of them on lockdown. I think RAISY's maybe picked up 1 light in the last few minutes. He's waiting around for another one as well. I think rapha knows exactly what's going on because he sees it up, and there RAISY sets up the trap. It doesn't do a lot of damage himself. There's a couple of big rockets. rapha's going to go aggressive, but that's not the right move.
That was rough. You went from like completely 6 stack and your opponent at a disadvantage to basically equal.
This is kind
and
of what we talked
not
about.
doing much. Yeah,
and RAISY last time.
And RAISY like wasting time, right, to his advantage. All right, 4 frags, still doable.
And mentally, like playing against RAISY is quite draining because of the fact it's really unorthodox the way he does that, right? The way he doesn't challenge you. He'll just set up these random ass traps in weird positions. It really frustrates you. And you can see rapha's face with some of these moves RAISY makes, you know. It does make him angry.
That's when the whole like, who plays like that comments come out, right? Like, who plays like, well, I mean, I love that line. That's like one of my favorite lines because it's, you know, it was a great question. No one has an answer to it. rapha very hurt here, still looking for 4 frags. Less than 2 minutes left to go. Great Lazar coming out here with the shotgun, but no RAISY with the RL, and this one just did not play out, I think, the way that rapha hoped it would. I'm not, like, the game plan off of spawn at the very beginning, that looked solid. I was thinking, oh my gosh.
I don't think that was a game plan.
That was a good first spawn, right? But it's like, okay, game plans to get some frags. Let's go.
I
Like,
love
start
that
at the
coming
basics.
into the game. I'm going to get all items to get a frag first up. That's my game plan. It worked, but RAISY's walked away and somehow recouped, got himself back into the lead, and really pushing it. It's definitely not over. With 1 minute to go, 3 frags on this map, is possible. We nearly saw it on
the 1 minute dream.
Yep.
It is. There is no way. There's no way. We got orb coming up. We're gonna see the cheekiest shit come out from RAISY. You watch. Here it is, right here. Nope, not
there. It is.
Oh, damn. Denied. I mean, literally, if there was a better place to use the good old-fashioned denied.
Yeah,
there it was.
That was a Jordan moment. That was from downtown. That will seal it, though. 20 seconds to go. I mean, literally against all odds, RAISY comes and brings this one back from a 1-0 deficit. You're right. The rapha rage set in, and I have to say, I've not been impressed with his Death Knight.
Which is funny because we have been in the past, right? We really have been. I mean, you know, especially when some of the early changes that even brought Death Knight back, we saw some of those big nuke potentials. And 14-11, right? Like I'm gonna make the comment that pretty close game. I don't know. We could go back and like count them, but there's definitely a pattern there, right? Of like, I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna throw my body at this problem, and it is not a solution. And you know, I mean, dude, I love Rapha. I respect the hell out of him. Obviously, I love watching these two guys play. So obviously, it just gets me excited about it. But I honestly have to ask the question, like, is it worth it when you're looking at a score of 11-14 to have put those 3-4 frags on the table? Not saying that Rapha couldn't have found, or excuse me, that RAISY couldn't have found him somewhere else, but they totally seemed unforced.
Yeah, this is one of the situations where they did feel a bit unforced. There is definitely a time and a place where that strategy works, and you know, sometimes when you do it at this level, particularly against someone like RAISY, whose execution is just slightly higher than you would anticipate it to be, it just doesn't work, and then you're so close to making it work, you have to go again. And by that point, you know, you throw 3 frags, and it's like, where is the point of no return? And it's like, I'm already in so deep here, guys. I've got to keep going. And unfortunately, today he went that little bit too far and gave himself too much to recoup. Right? It was a very, very strong strategy back in the day, in Quake 3 days, because that's where you could have that strong control. You could suffocate your opponent. Someone like rapha can maintain that control once they get it. But this is a map where that's really difficult, and he just gave too much away today.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you know, I think we would get a really insightful answer from Rapha. I still think there is a reason why he does it. I just think, like, from a perspective, from a caster, you can just be like, oh, here it is. Like, I feel like it's just boiling over. But I bet you that Rapha would give us some, like, super 5-head, like, well, you know, here's the thing. Your actual the chance that you actually win the game when you're already in this deficit is like 5%. I've done the calculations across 1,500 games, and so it's like, you got to take this risk and you got to go with it, and hopefully it turns out your way. But at the end of the day, we wanted to see these two kind of go at it. Round 1, it goes to Rapha. Round 2, it goes to RAISY. And it's not a championship on the line. It's not a best of 5. But here we are, map 3, and it is going to decide who our winner is going to be. Awoken, Nyx, and Doom bringing it back to this map and this selection. ZSX, what do you think here?
I mean, we've seen RAISY's Doom absolutely just demolish people on Awoken in the past. I don't think it's been the same since a while, but still, we've seen it happen. But we also know how effective Rapha can be on a Nyx. I don't think he'll have free run of the place as he would against other opponents, and he'll probably be on the back foot a lot of the time. But at the same time, when that's the case, he can punish you if you push too hard. So I think the pressure's on RAISY here to play calculated, because Rapha's going to have to play. He will be playing smart. I don't know what to expect though in terms of result.
Oh, we actually saw aggressive ghost walk and might end up being the first frag. Rapha very, very low. Both players LG in hand, and Rapha, I don't think he's going to get away from this one. Tri-bolt coming out, huge rocket. Very, very nicely done. Nice. The hunt and the kill coming out by RAISY. The horns have sounded. He's going to get a follow-up on this one. He did come out. Oh, no! Rapha, the trade. Actually, I think that was probably the best case scenario there for Rapha.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like a real bad situation for Rapha without his ghost walk up. As you said, going aggressive off the start. That was a bit unexpected. RAISY managed to recoup and got himself a nice lead though, so it actually worked out okay for both. Although RAISY's got nothing here, no weaponry to work with. Rapha's pushing in, but that's the wrong decision. Ooh. Nice connection with the rail though.
All right, there is a good cleanup, and we're tied 2 apiece. Have Berserk come out there to secure the heavy, and just give us a little heavy metal break for a moment there. Much appreciated. Anyway, still very early on in this matchup. Like what we're seeing out of both players right now. Everyone using every bag of tricks that they've got so far, and we're just a minute and a half in. So here's what a trap! RAISY, I just love it. Who does that? Yeah. Who plays Quake like that? I guarantee you that's exactly what Rapha is saying. But RAISY, though, in the danger zone. Got to be a little careful, because those traps can be risky.
Look at that awareness from Rapha though. He knows that RAISY's too weak to commit for that heavy, so he actually delays it to pick up the light. He just understands exactly what his opponent's going to be doing, and he's caught him right up here in the mid-ground, because that's where he's going to be, but somehow RAISY turns it around! How does he do that?
unreal. Absolutely unreal. And might find a conversion. Oh my God. I'm shocked. I mean, he kind of earned that frag. Like, he should have. The last frag was so good, it should have been worth 2 anyway. So that was kind of how they awarded him a 2-point frag there. That was unreal. RAISY's a monster.
Yeah, and Rapha's use of the Ghost Walk, whilst I like it, it's actually coming back to haunt him because now he's so vulnerable. Once again, he's going mano a mano. This time it does pay off just before the Mega, but he's backing himself and his aim, which is admirable going up against RAISY.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, both players show just at different moments, just showcasing so much, just brilliant play, a great aim, interesting decisions, the traps coming out by RAISY, and here we're gonna have a fight for the middle. Rockets to try to soften up one another. Mega is up. RAISY in the position to go for it, but he's instead. He goes and grabs it, goes for the LG. A rail does hit. Rapha solo yet again. And RAISY's on the hunt.
RAISY is keeping the pressure on. He knows he can't let Rapha just settle. He's just pressing his advantage as much as he can. Vasic comes out once again. He's actually going to go super aggressive. RAISY's going to expect that though, because it's happened for the 3rd time in a row now. Big damage from both. Doesn't connect with the rail. RAISY's pushing in. Rapha though runs out of.
I'm not sure about that jump pad right there. And RAISY,
okay.
He eats it coming off of the spawn. That was kind of like the DM6 rocket jump there a little bit. Like, I'm not sure why commit there. I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to answer the question, but Rapha with a big convert. RAISY, though, bringing it right back. Revenge indeed. We're tied up 5 apiece. RAISY with the rail off the spawn. Jeez. Both these players putting on a show.
Brawl right now, and RAISY's got both major items to work with. Rapha's actually not had a lot of the control. And when he's been taking it, it's been a real battle, whereas RAISY's settling himself. So Rapha's defensive play has been strong. And you're right, there's some of these mistakes maybe being too aggressive in certain situations from RAISY. But either way, it's working out. They are 5-5, just going up to the 5-minute mark now. Big rail from RAISY. That will set back Rapha once again. He does have the Ghost Walk out. You can see him just trying to defend that TP. RAISY's not going to fall for it, though. Instead, just decides to keep control and have another round of free, uncontested items.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think really strategies hit those rails right there that the Rapha's going for. Oh, RAISY's LG is just absolutely melting. A laser beam right now. And, you know, I think Rapha's looking for those cracks, the slot in the fence to try to get through to grab one of these items, but RAISY's control right now, it's such a powerful grip that he's got. And there we see both of the major items going to him. Rails coming out. That one hits from RAISY, an answer back from Rapha, but he's not in a position to push the fight.
No, but you can also sense the momentum is really in RAISY's corner, as he should be picking up a frag here, because Rapha has stopped going aggressive. He stopped using the Ghost Walk to take the advantage. Instead, he recognizes RAISY's got the control, RAISY's got the momentum. I have to weather the storm. Question is the storm going to go away? Because RAISY is not relenting. He burned the Ghost Walk once again. RAISY knows it's on cooldown. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes ultra aggressive just before this next round of items. There he goes with Rapha. RAISY goes straight on up. Unfortunately doesn't connect, but neither does Rapha. So RAISY's okay. He knows he's still out there, and he knows he hasn't got the Ghost Walk, so he wants to keep pushing. But the defensive rockets from Rapha are too scary for RAISY to keep pushing on.
Yeah, and I think the next fight's going to be over here at Heavy. Just a few more seconds there. The LG comes in. Great rockets coming out. Ghost Walk is going to come out. 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, I'm sure it was in the plans to potentially...
Rails.
Oh, another amazing rail.
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, the rocket. A beautiful dodge. Health picked up. Both players still in rail status. LG coming out. Rapha looking for closure on that one and does finally find it. We're tied again 6 apiece.
And there was the move he needed. 2 amazing rails through the grate, opened the door, And now Rapha's back in this game. I was about to give credit to RAISY for using the right weapons. He's aiming for these really consistent weapons. The LG, the shotgun, the machine gun.
Huge.
But Rapha's taken the items. Now RAISY's given away that frag for free.
He did. Another ice cream cone for Rapha on that one. 7-6, 1 frag, but it's huge because Rapha has the potential to now take full item control here. He's going to grab the Mega in just a moment, get some unanswered LG damage, 90 at that point. RAISY's hurt now, rails out. Almost saw it right there. Now Ghost Walk offensive coming out. Oh, the wall again, and the LG comes out. It's not going to come to a frag, but Heavy is up. Unfortunately, Rapha going to miss this one? Nope. He grabs it, and again, the control continues.
Yeah, this is where it gets scary for RAISY. I think it's the first time all game Rapha's had this control and momentum, but it could be stalled here. He's got no Ghost Walk, but RAISY just can't connect with the rail.
Oh.
Rapha lives to fight another day. RAISY will be winning the Mega, though, so the game resets.
Yep, and it's going to be all attention over here on the Heavy again.
Oh,
big
what a
rail from RAISY through the side. All he needs is the LG, and he gets it, and he grabs the Heavy, or will. There it is, as 7 apiece. We've got 2 minutes left to go.
But Rapha didn't pop the Ghost Walk. I don't think he wanted to burn it because he knew he was going to die anyway. So he was just hoping that he would last enough time to steal away the Heavy. But at least he has the Holy Grail that is the Ghost Walk for the next engagement.
But now we've got the stacks reversed. There, the Ghost Walk. Nope. There. Yeah, it is popped.
It was popped, yeah.
It was popped, okay. And that means that, you know, there's going to be basically one more before the buzzer. And probably not really thinking about that quite yet. Just trying to get back some level of control, because after that frag where RAISY tied it back up, he put control into his hands. Now, Mega is about up. There's the first rail into the LG. A couple of hits from Rapha as well, but Rapha's just dangerously low.
He knows where he is. The Ghost Walk's not up for 5 seconds.
Oh my gosh, every little 0.10 seconds just waiting to come out. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
No! And off the spawn as well. Rapha's so weak, he can't do anything. He needs a rail and he just can't get one either. He's on the wrong side of the map. He goes aggressive with the Ghost Walk. He's behind RAISY, but he's only got an LG, and that's not the weapon you need when you have advantage. RAISY's just gonna wait on it out, take this item for free.
You know, I'm not sure if he knew that he was going to be around that corner, but I felt like he had to double back, and if he would have just hit Ghost Walk and come through there, 15 seconds left. RAISY's trying to take this one home. In the last 10 seconds, it would take up a miracle. The LG coming out from the back. Some defensive rockets. Oh my God, Rapha lands the rail. It's 8-8. We're going into overtime. Or are we? Sudden death is hit. RAISY in the back corner. He is super low, but so is Rapha. Rapha going for the rail, and RAISY's going to try to clench it right here. Rapha is in the danger zone. What are you doing, Rapha?
What are you doing, RAISY? He's got nothing except the stunning machine gun, but he's pressured Rapha away. He saw the Ghost Walk get popped, so he's got some more confidence now. The question is, do you have the right weapons? He's got nothing to work with. He's got a bit of armor, he's got a bit of health, but okay, he's got himself a rocket now. He hasn't got the LG yet, which has been his most crucial weapon. And Rapha just waiting out this Ghost Walk. And we can just take a breath now. As I say that, RAISY comes barreling through. He's bounced him, and the Ghost Walk goes again. He's going to get hit in the TP. The chase is on as RAISY going around the corner. The rail's out. He's missed the first. The Heavy's up as well, so he has forfeited that. Can't hit the second. But there's the third. Rapha's in a world of pain. Oh, he connected.
Are you kidding me right now? The heat, the temperature of these players is increasing. And every single shot is so important. Spamming through the side, another rail gets hit. Rapha, he's hurt bad. He's got very, very low options here. The Mega was just picked up. He's going to get the vials in the back. I like that. Along with the health, he's got Ghost Walk now. And there's a big rocket coming out. He's got to be careful. Another defensive rocket. RAISY's still sitting with the stack.
Good by Rapha. He's got hit by a rail through, though. He knows how low he is. Big rocket. RAISY's still very healthy. 5 seconds before the next Mega. Rapha's still holding on to this spaceship, but there you go. The Ghost Walk is used. I don't think RAISY knows, though. I don't know if he heard it. So that's what Rapha, I guess, is banking on a little bit as well. So he'll just work his way around the map. RAISY will know how low he is, though, because he hasn't even seen Rapha near a major item for the past 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think he has a good idea on timings right now as well, as we've had a little bit of delays coming out by RAISY. He's full up, though. His stack looks super delicious. And 2 minutes into this overtime, and things have slowed down considerably. Every single decision and every single shot is that crucial as the series is on the line for both of these players.
And now for rapha, it's all about using those audio cues, making sure you know where your opponent is, get the timings back, play it slow. You've got the Ghost Walk up, you've weathered the storm, but you can't afford to make a mistake. There you go, first initiation rail. Even up the stacks. The chip damage is huge as well. Every little counts, and RAISY's going to carry on pushing. rapha knows when the Mega is, and he's won it. Somehow he's got himself back into stacking punches, and he hit a rail through the gap.
And
RAISY.
he managed, with the Ghost Walk still on his side, he's got a good idea on where his opponent might be. He's going to get back in the Mega Health room. There we're going to have the Ghost Walk pop, get aggressive on it. LG, this is it, and he does it. rapha takes it 9-8. What a play and what a sudden death at the end.
Wow.
The Ghost Walk popped after, gave him the element of surprise. RAISY went in for the health, and rapha was able to secure the frag. What a series. Let's bring Ketchup back in, catch our breath, and see what he had to say about it. Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
really
that
good.
one?
That's all I can say about that one. No, there's plenty more to dive into, but just shy of 3 minutes worth of overtime. You could see RAISY as well. Like the moment the equalizing frag landed, like the sheer no, gotta deal with all this now. But rapha playing it absolutely phenomenal during that overtime, being as behind as he was in the stack, constantly, to being able to just, you know, the moment he took away that Mega and got himself access to the stack, that really was the beginning of the end, on top of the lovely little shots he hit. And match of the day, match of a long time coming, I guess. Like, that was a phenomenal series, and that final map just gave us, I think, everything that we all wanted to see, didn't it?
Insane.
Yeah, what I would say is that there's two things that I think this game showed. Number one is that RAISY is truly a contender, right? He's been there so many times. He's so talented. He has such a unique style of play, right? And we saw it throughout all 3 games, even in that last game. But what we saw out of rapha was that proof that this is a veteran that knows, even in the situations where we're like, it can't happen, he tries to make the impossible happen, right? And we saw both of those things showcased here today, which is pretty damn awesome. I'm just so impressed. Sorry, Dan, go.
No, I couldn't have said it better. I think at the end there, it was a matter of experience. There was just so many times RAISY had it in the palm of his hand, but the experience of rapha just to make the right decision in the right moment paid dividends, and it's an insane matchup.
What a wonderful way to close out the day. I mean, it was a great day full of good matches, but that one just absolutely gave us that cherry on top. But the ongoing storyline of rapha versus RAISY, the fact that the rivalry continues, they have these incredible matches every time they go head-to-head, that final map, I think chat will be happy with that one, I'm sure.
God, what a match. What a series. It's so great. So great.
You know what's really unfortunate, though, folks? That's it. That's all we have time for today, because that was our finale of week 9. But as we said at the beginning, we said this at the start of the day, and we've been mentioning it throughout, this is the official halfway point, really. So there's been plenty of weeks, but basically take that and do it all over again, and then we'll have the finale. So there's plenty more Quake where that came from. There's plenty more matches. But what a fun day it's been. I want to give a huge thank you to everyone that tuned in, everyone that's been supporting Pro League, the players, my fellow commentators at SXDJ Week. It's been a pleasure as always. The hardworking talent behind the scenes that make the shows running. Everyone involved in Quake Pro League that makes this machine keep on rolling. We appreciate you and love you. This was week 9, Quake Pro League. Thank you all so much one more time for watching. And we'll see you same time, same place next week. Peace out, much love, and take care. Bye-bye.